Welcome back to some Chicory Colourful Tale. I'm Dear Darling, and pick up your brush as we paint the world all over in every beautiful colour. Apparently we're going to be doing some art classes today, because I was about to say I don't remember what we're doing, but this, thank past me for making it so easy for me to record. So this one is a prompt assignment, isn't it, first? For today's assignment, I want you to draw a portrait of a friend. Oh, interesting. It could be someone you really know and cherish. Or you can make someone up, okay? Just try to capture their unique character in a painting. Draw a friend. Interesting. My first thought was I guess I should draw a D, but I guess I'm going to be 90% sure about one of the prompts later on is going to be draw yourself. Oh no, we already drew ourselves and that's spaghetti. So let's draw D. If you don't know who D is that dear character you see in all my thumbnail arts or whatever, the sort of mascot of this channel. I'm just trying to think how I want to do this. I think I'm going to use blue as a background. And you would have thought I'd be pretty good at drawing D or something because I draw her all the time, I suppose, for all the thumbnail arts and stuff, but I don't think I'm that good at drawing her. Just trying to remember what all the controls are, I'm going to be perfectly honest. We're going to give just like a normal sort of generic background. We're not going to think too much about it. We'll probably... I don't know if we want to draw her in pink, but we definitely don't have enough browns to represent. Oh, I guess we could do this and this on top of it. Yeah, okay. Let's do that then. So I guess we'll draw her like this. It's actually been quite a hot minute since I last drawn her. I literally only draw her for the things for the YouTube channel. I don't draw her for like other stuff. I mean, I have other characters I like to draw, I suppose, if I want to do that sort of thing. So D really doesn't get drawn all that often, but I should draw her more often, to be perfectly honest, just so I get in the habit of doing it. And I also say, because I think I brought this up before, I want to make, one of those like virtual YouTuber avatars. Oh, this is a horrible tangent, let's not do this. One of those like virtual avatars or something for D, so I should get used to actually drawing her so I can actually render that properly. But that's just something I've been postulating and have never actually got around to doing as of yet. Oh, we don't have a dark brown. That's gonna be a problem. I guess we'll use like this dark purple instead. And for eye, we're gonna have to do it like this, I suppose. I guess it can sort of double as eyeliner, kind of. But yeah. And you might be like, is D a friend? I don't really know. I mean, I see more D as a sort of mascot. She kind of looks like a fox right now, I'm going to be honest, rather than a deer. But I see her more of a mascot, I suppose, of a channel rather than a representation necessarily of myself. But I see why people see her as a sort of representation of me. I don't blame you for that aspect. She kind of looks like Greg from Night in the Woods, you see? So, and if anything, I should have done a more abstract style. Oh, no. A more abstract style, but whatever. So it could be a bit more stylistic, with sort of abstraction. If anything, it's kind of like a Mona Lisa, I guess. This sort of pose. Maybe that's what we can transition it into. Yeah, I mean, do I see D as an abstraction of myself? Not super, really. She's just more something like a token I use to represent myself, like if I was playing Monopoly or something. Like that's what I mean. Like a character collector? Creator or something in a game. She's just the character I play, but she's not really me, I suppose, in that sort of sense. At least I don't think so. I don't know. It's a bit more abstract than that. It's just more like I'd like to have someone to represent myself, I suppose, in this channel, and I didn't want to use my actual like visage or face or anything. Although who knows, maybe that will change in the future. That's a bit of a thick neck there. Now I'm looking at it. I don't know what she should be wearing. So obviously I've taken elements of my own personality, I suppose, into who D is, but like not that much. I'd imagine D's a lot more excitable than I am, certainly. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're here to concentrate on actually drawing her. I suppose we'll just use a pink and orange. Well, I mean, I could draw what she's wearing in my icon, right? My YouTube icon. Oh, hold on, I haven't actually drawn her ears in. I forgot. And these ears are definitely the wrong shape. They're not nearly rounded enough. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. So I guess we'll just sort of leave it blank. And we just won't do the ear fluff inside the ears either, because that's going to be quite difficult, I think, to get done. Actually, I suppose we could do it like this. Or we could use this yellow. No. I don't know. Give her a choker. Give her... I mean, I normally like sort of like sweaters and off-shoulder sort of things, which is why I suppose Dee's wearing it as well. Sorry, I didn't mean to punch my microphone. I feel like she should be doing something a bit more interesting. It's a bit boring right now. Also, this shape's a bit strange. I guess she just won't have a mouth. But this eye also looks very strange like this. Oh, I suppose what we should do is we should probably give it an eye highlight. Like this. There we go. That's actually helped quite a lot, I think. Give her freckles. I don't have freckles in real life, so I don't actually know why I gave her freckles in the first place. I don't remember a lot of reasons I gave her like certain design elements, to be perfectly honest. It was like, I mean, if you've been around long enough, you actually saw it, like if you were here like from one of the first 30 subscribers, you would have saw like the original design of Dee, where she looked far less like a deer or whatever. And then I was like, this doesn't even look like my style. I don't know why I drew her like this. So then I drew her again. Okay, she's not going to be naked. I just need to figure out where her body is, I'm going to be honest. Something like this. And then I need to think about what she's going to wear. I guess, well, we don't have like a light pink is a problem. We'll do like an off-shoulder sort of thing. You know, I'll do what she's wearing in the tier list video. The deer ranks all 413 Animal Crossing villages or something like that. You know that one? If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's not even amazing. Just be impressed, I suppose, by the tenacity of it, I suppose. So there we go. You get her like light fur stuff like this. Oh, she should be doing that that pose, you know, like the peace one. What pose? I mean, I always do like the peace symbol pose all the time. You know, like this thing. I wish I didn't draw her so far in the centre, and I would have drawn a bit more to the left, but a bit more to the right. Sorry, but I guess we could do it like this. I could do this pose a lot. You're just gonna have to imagine the fingers, I suppose, because we have no way to shade them. Would Dee be a gyaru? If you don't know what a gyaru is, it's like a subculture, I suppose, of... well, it's like a Japanese trope, I suppose, but it's also a subculture of like Japanese fashion and that sort of thing. I guess that's a good way to put it. I guess Dee would be like a gyaru, and I'm very much not a gyaru, I don't think, in that sense. So if you wanted more inclination of what Dee's personality would be like, that'd be it. She would absolutely paint her nails all the time. Oh, she would absolutely alternate pink and orange. I mean, those have ended up being the sort of colours I've used with Dee, and it's just mainly because they're nice looking colours, I'm going to be perfectly honest. They work very well together. I feel like we need to give some sort of like shading over here. They're just colours that work really well together, to be perfectly honest, is the entire reason I'm using them. Something like this. I don't know if I want to give her a mouth. This is a bit boring right now, isn't it? I feel like we should be a bit more eyelashes. It's a bit abstract as well. draw a little heart. I was like, why would I draw a heart if I've already got a stamp heart? Boom. It's very boring. What is this? Oh, this is our custom palette. I forgot we have a custom palette. With a sorry, I don't want a rainbow. I tried to make it a tea colour palette, right, didn't I? Oh, I don't have it selected, that's why it's not working. This does not look like the right shade of orange. Why have I used this orange? I don't know. Something like that. I think that's the best we can really do, to be honest. I don't know what else to add. Do I have any other interesting colours in here, I suppose? Bring the palette back. Get rid of this rainbow. How do I deselect this? What? It's not even using the stamp, but it's got it selected for some reason. Perhaps you can have like some of these bracelets. Maybe that's not right. Sort of coloration. Purple is a bit of purple, a bit of bit of a white. I don't know. I guess we can use this as the inner ear fluff. We can also use it as clouds. You know, if in doubt, just sort of add clouds to your scenery. Because, you know, it adds a nice sort of amount of texture, I think, to things. Helps fill in the empty spaces that's around. I should have done a more interesting background. That's probably what I say to this. And also the fingers don't really make sense, but I mean, you can tell who that is. And I think that's probably good enough. Unless I'm missing something. Am I missing something? I mean, we can always put like an interesting sort of like jewel hanging off of this. Let's just leave it at that. You know, actually, let's fill this in. And then I think we just leave it as that. And I mean, it's a bit of a harder one, I think, to illustrate in the first place. So done. How's that? All right, brushes down. Let's see how they look. And by how they look, how mine looks, I suppose, and only mine. Now that's what I call a friend.
Oh gosh, I had no idea what to do for this one. I wish mine came out as good as yours.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, I have a sip of water. It's just a touch of orange to round it out. I can tell you really like that light teal. Oh, I guess that's the background, right? It's vivid and full of colours. I get a real sense of who this person is when we're drawing, so I'd say you nailed it. Well, I'm glad you think so. Okay, that's all for now. Your piece will be in brekkie, spaghetti, in brekkie. Keep practicing. I will certainly do my best, and I think we'll do one more, well, maybe even two more, depending on how much time we have. I'd love for you to join in the class. Okay. This one we'll be doing a recreation of another famous wielder's previous work. Take a look at this old classic. Oh, intriguing. What is it, like a little like imp knight or something? Just some sort of death knight? Letting Go by Fries. Let's try to recreate it. Oh my gosh. That's so many dark colours. How am I gonna do this? Okay, first things first, I'm a realist, so get that in your head. No, we're gonna use, we don't really have many dark colours. Oh, let's use one of our palettes. We have a dark, only a dark red. No, we have a dark purple, nice. Which we can use as our main background purple, and then we use their purple. Oh, it's an outline purple, I just noticed that. So it goes about here. We'll start with a square, and since we'll be drawing over it for the rest of it, that's going to be okay. We'll start with a sort of square shape. Draw an outline. Oh, we need to use a dark purple again for the black parts. That's going to be quite a nuisance, isn't it? So something like this, and then we'll draw you in here. We'll start with, of course. Oh, that's. We'll start with sorry, it was a horrifying sound. We'll start with a dark purple in here. Keep it small and keep it thin. So we don't want to overarch, I suppose, where it shouldn't go. And then we are going to use. Well, we want to keep it quite monochromatic, I think. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean, I want basically everything to be a cool colour except for the fires, which I might make a warm colour instead. So I guess we should use blues, and we do have the most blues, I suppose, over here to actually use. So we make it sort of a raggedy layer like this. Just figure out where the two kneecaps should go. Noting that they have a quite heavy shadow on them, which we'll use this dark blue for, I think. And then back to this, to actually draw the feet in. Oh, but you're on grass. I didn't notice that just now. Oh, no, you're behind grass. Oh man, this grass is going to be so difficult. There's too many details in that. Okay, so we're going to have to make some compromises, obviously, as we always do. So we draw the feet in. I think the only important part of the feet to get down is that they're pointy. That's kind of like the distinctive shape imagery. Yeah, shape imagery that we got going on. We certainly need to make sure they're pointy. Your shoes. There's a strong triangle motif going on throughout this image. So this is how we're going to do the grass. We're going to have to use a lot of negative space, I think, to try and get those borders down. And I don't want everything just to sort of like end up amassing, like being like this huge conglomerate blob, but I think that's kind of inevitable with the sort of resolution we got on this grass. Everything just kind of has to be a big blob, doesn't it? Oh well, that's fine, I think. I think that's good enough. So we'll use this. We'll have an arm, of course, going out like this, with a hand. Only the sort of approximate shape, because we can't quite get all those details in there. The stick itself, okay, the stick itself we should actually probably use, sorry, heart, the straight line tool for. Oh, I can only use vertical or, okay, never mind, get out of here. I forgot, it can only be vertical or horizontal lines, but it can't be straight diagonal lines for whatever reason. I guess we'll use green. Oh, that's a bit of electric green. Actually, I think green would be good for the fires. So we should continue using blue if we can. I guess we'll use this blue because it's a bit darker. And then we can use this quite a bright blue over here for this a handle. And then come back in to do the hand, and then we use this dark blue to do this bladey part, which is, yeah, it's about at the shoulder when it comes out. Like this, a lot of jagged sort of bits and pieces on the sword. Does that make it a very usable sword? I don't really know. I can't say I'm particularly well versed in medieval weaponry. Well, I assume this is a medieval style sort of thing. It's kind of what it looks like. We don't have to do the left bar because we're going to draw over it with... we're going to draw over it with the same blue. No, we're not. We're going to use this blue, aren't we? To do the head. I will say that the blue kind of makes it muddied here because of the lack of contrast between the two, but maybe we'll use a lot more light blues, I think, on the head to try and make it sort of shine. So that's sort of the generic shape of his head. Just start out with generic shapes, block things in as you go. This needs to go here, and we need to have a bit of a darker purple. As your hand back behind it. Let's get some more blues in here. It's more of a bluey green. I think that would be used as a highlight, to be honest. But we can use this to basically be the visor. Try and make it sort of stand out a little bit from this rather dark helmet in the first place. I don't know what we use as a black. I guess we're using the dark purple as a black again. Oh, there's horns. I didn't even notice the horns. I guess we'll use this sort of greyish colour as a broken horn. In fact, this could be the eyes as well. And we'll use this bluey green to do that sort of highlighting. We need to do more shading. But we can't do more shading. We don't have another shade in between these two. Oh well. That's fine. It's not like we had to do every piece of shading when we're doing it in our style. You know, our style doesn't have quite the amount of shading, mainly because we don't have access to nearly enough colours. I think was the entire thing. This I'm a bit annoyed by because the lack of a contrast in values makes it quite difficult to actually pinpoint the exact coloration there, isn't it? It's a bit difficult to see, isn't it? So we'll do this. We'll make sure we get the purple out again. Sort of try and draw around it. Okay, what else do we need to put in? We certainly need to make sure that this follows the sword shape. And then we'll draw sort of like faint lines going like this, like with the tattered cloth sort of effect which is going on. Of course, these bits need to be at like sort of different heights to make it feel a lot less rigid, if at all possible. And get rid of it, get back to this one. Draw your own lines in. make some deeper, some shallower. I kind of think the placement of his eyes are not quite right. It's a bit more spread out. Yeah, so we can't put any shading on here just because of the choice of colours we used, and I chose to use quite a bright green. Well, I'm going to choose to use quite a bright green to depict the fire burning within this little creature. We need a brighter green. Burning in this, even brighter green. This little creature's soul, because I think it'll give a nice sort of contrast. These skull sprite things are going to be very difficult to properly encapsulate. So really only 2 of them need to actually look like skulls, and I'm going to choose these to actually look like skulls. These can just sort of be like little motes. I don't think this one's not quite wide enough to get that skull idea across. There you go. I mean, it's not perfect, but as long as you get the general gist of it. I'm not going to do that because it looks like it got legs otherwise. Oh, there needs to be little diamond blobs on this apparently. And we need a sort of wrapping thing around here. What else could we possibly need? I mean, we could use this as a shading. Some sort of like scuffs. Very thin scuffs. Along the helmet. The helmet needs to actually be a different shape. Now look at it. It needs to be pointed at the top here. It's a bit round like this. Can make it a bit... Because we need it to feel quite angular. Because there's a lot of shape imagery using triangles in this. And it'd be a shame not to preserve it, but it's going to be quite difficult. Certainly not our best work, I don't think. I don't think it truly encapsulates it. But there you go, I think that's done. Alright, brush this down. Let's see how we did. Certainly not the worst thing in the world.
So gloomy. Yeah, but also kind of cool.
You have truly captured the coolness of this piece. I can tell you really like that dark blue violet. There's a good attention to detail. You made a special tasteful use of that teal colour. Thanks. Oh, nothing to say, Clementine? Okay, that's it for now. Your piece will be in the Elevence's Master Gallery, Spaghetti. Keep practicing. We've got 8 minutes, Is that enough time? I think that's enough time to do one more class, because, as I've learned, we have quite a few classes to actually get through. I think we've learned. We should check out the gallery just to see how many more we have to do, but we've got another prompt one, right? For today's assignment, I want you to express anger. Oh no. One of these. I know it might be difficult for some of you, but we all feel negative emotions like anger, and art can be a safe and healthy way to express those. So express yourself. Channel your deepest inner anger and put that on the canvas. Okay, anger. Obviously we want to use reds and pinks, I think, if possible. I think certainly we want to start off with our deep red as a background. It's quite a bright red. So how are we going to portray anger? I think I want to have like sort of things, a fractured looking sort of background, you know, like just like a mental break sort of thing. Just being like, I can't even take it anymore. We need, of course, very angular and sharp lines. Yeah, we don't have another red quite. We don't have another red quite the shade of this one. Well, it certainly makes things a bit more difficult, I don't think. I think, yeah, we don't. I don't know which. I feel like this should be like why am I like this? I feel like we should have a sort of like bright spark explosion sort of red in the middle, and then draw the fractures coming out from it, and then draw our character in the centre of it, if you get what I mean. So we have like a, not a star, but something, a spiky shape in the middle. And I kind of want to use very clashing colours in this one. I kind of want it to be an assault on my senses. I suppose that's kind of how anger makes you feel, right? It's overwhelming, that sort of thing. So we've got to make sure we draw straight, sharp lines for these fractures. Maybe not so rigidly. To actually really get the idea of the cracks. Which form. You know, sometimes we can have a bit of splits, but we'll put the splits in afterwards, being like, oh, you know, we want more fractures along the way, like this. Like this. We need like a variety of big pieces and small pieces, you know, because that's just kind of how glass sort of shatters itself, I suppose. And then we'll have our character in the middle, in a bright pink. What sort of character? What animal have we not drawn yet? I'm trying to think of an animal which we have not yet represented. Understanding. I know we did a rabbit for fear. We did a frog for like melancholy, I think. Let's choose. Why don't we do a? Have we done a goat? Should we do a goat? Let's do a goat. I feel like we did a tiger at some point as well, but I don't remember what for. I'm not really sure how to represent a goat. Nor what pose I want. I think I kind of want the goat sort of like looking upwards. I have like these bright yellow horns to sort of... give it enough of a silhouette. No. I'm not feeling this. Hold on. I want... what's a very angry pose? And I'm just sort of like acting up to myself, trying to think of what an angry pose is. Like a head sort of grip pose. Something like that, like a closed fist. Get angry. Ah. I'm so angry I can't think of a good pose to draw for this. Ah, how frustrating. Okay, it's not really that frustrating, I'm going to be honest, but... obviously the head should be sort of centered in here, I think. Maybe not. What if we just ignore it entirely and just have the entire head be like this? Or we can have them like... I'm not really sure. I'm sort of just putting stuff down and being like, yeah, I don't know. We definitely need that sort of like hands-on head expression, I think. That sort of frustration. It's palpable. Like, ah! Then I don't remember what colours I used for what. What are they wearing? I don't really know. I haven't really thought about it. Should we have them wearing like one of those long coats or something? Maybe they could be wearing a Henley. Just something to give it a little bit of variety. What pink did I use here? Oh, this pink. Oh, we kind of need ears, don't we? I guess it's now kind of more of an elephant. Oh, we should definitely have something which have things which can stand on end, right? This kind of looks like a goat, right? Vaguely in some sort of sense of a word. This certainly makes it look more confusing, so let's not do that. And then we'll have him just like sort of screeching, stretching her legs. That's the same red we used there. We can't use that red again. Sort of like a low angle view of them just being like, rah! This looks terrible. I'm not gonna lie. We need to make it more of an assault on your senses. This just looks like McDonald's colours. I think his purple wasn't an aggressive enough colour to use, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. And these sharp angles are not sharp enough. We gotta make him super sharp, you know. Do you feel the rage yet? Do you feel the anger? Do you feel it now, Mr. Krabs? How do we put more fractures in? I'm not sure. How do we make this feel more like... more unstable, I suppose, more like rah. I mean, that's kind of like what anger is, right? It's a sort of like a let loose sort of emotion. So I'm going to put these like sort of jittery lines in to sort of show it sort of like, I was going to say decompiling, that's not the word I want. So like breaking down, you know. It's jittering, the amount intense radiation, energy it's radiating off is not stable. Even the fractures are not stable, no. I think we should just put more fractures in, if anything. Just making sure that we have big pieces and small pieces. Just like these red eyes all consuming. No. Maybe just like radiating off red energy as well. Radiating off red energy, that's pink. Radiating off bright pink energy. Just make it very noisy. Nah. I mean, I guess it feels kind of angry. I think if you were to show this to someone and be like, what emotion would this represent? I think people would say anger. Anger. If not only just because of the colours I use, I suppose, which is, you know, colour theory, I guess, in the first place. And actually, a nice kind of benefit is these horns slanted downwards kind of like give the impression of angry, like eyebrows, right? I guess I'm just trying to make it feel like a sort of raging fire, I suppose, burning in. Oh, maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have done fire instead of a fracture. Oh well. Fire. You know, now we're making it feel like a fire by putting these like sort of sparks around the outside. We put some orange in here. Maybe we should do some shading. Is that what this is missing? I chose very bad colours to do any shading with. Because we can't really. Okay, I mean, I think this kind of has to be it, right? I don't know if we have anything very sparky. I guess not. So, done. How's that? Anger. Alright, the brush is down. Let's see how they look. I wonder if the quinoa will comment on the fact I used a lot of red or anger. Oof. Well, yeah. This one was easier for me than I thought. Turns out I had a lot to express. It looks like spaghetti did too. Your sparing use of pink is pleasing. I like an emphasis on dark red. It's nicely detailed.
I struggled a lot on this one. I guess I'm not as in touch with my feelings. Nice job, Spaghetti.
Oh, thanks. Everyone's so supportive of this art class. I wish I could say supportive things about it, like through Spaghetti rather than through me. Okay, that's all for now. Your piece will be at Desert Mountain, Spaghetti. Keep practicing. Well, I think that's a good place to round this episode off. I think that's enough lessons done. I do want to actually kind of check out the 11th gallery just to kind of see how many more we've got left to do. And yeah, I do want to do some sort of side quest sort of things here and there. I can't remember where the bench is. I bet it is. Because I do know we need to go back to the post office and see what sort of stuff we got there, but we'll do that in the next episode. So for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Chicory, a colourful tale. I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join me, Dear Darling, Discord, follow me on Twitter down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.